Good day, everyone, and welcome to ASKA. I think I'm pronouncing that right. There was no one to ASKA. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't help the bad pun. Anyways, if you're still with me here after this, despite the bad pun there, Steam Next Fest is going on. So we're taking a look at a bunch of different demos here for upcoming games that are expected to come out, sometime soon this year. And this one here is one that caught my attention as well as quite a few other people. So let's take a look at ASKA. Now, before we get into it, once again, this is a demo. So, we're going to be somewhat limited. At some point, we're going to hit some kind of a, roadblock. Likewise, this game is subject to some changes being made. Although, given that, the release date for this game is, I think I have it down for June 20th here. Yeah, the expected release date is June 20th. So, I have to say, with that in mind, I don't know how much, is going to change here before it hits 1.0 and is released, or maybe they're going into an early access on Steam. I don't know the full picture on that, what they have planned with the release date of June 20th. But anyways, I'll just talk a little bit more here and then we'll get into the game, because there's a lot to this game. Basically, the best way to sum up this game is ASKA is based in Norse mythology, somewhat, okay? And it's really a survival colony, it's game, alright? So basically, long story short, you're part of one of the last surviving people that are going to be starting a colony somewhere else, alright? You're what's left there. And this is up, you can be joined by up to 3 of your friends. I think it's up to 3, right? Hang on, I'm having to look at my notes here. I wrote down a few things here for this, and now I feel completely unprofessional considering I can't remember how many it is. But I'm pretty sure it's 4-player co-op in total. Okay, so the premise is that this is the Viking longship that we came riding on. As you can see, there's not much left of it. It's broken up and stuff. It's not exactly... Yeah, as you can see, we basically angered some people, and that's why we are now having to start over on this island. That's basically the way you can summarize it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick these up here. Actually, I suppose you don't have to pick these up. You could come back for them later. But it's not a bad idea to pick these up. Alright. So the first part of the game is really going to be kind of just this gathering stage, where you're going to have to gather some materials in order to get going here. Now, I wish I could point with the cursor, but in the bottom left there we have a food bar, a hydration bar, and then a temperature bar. Over our, kind of hot selection there, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Above that we have the red bar, which is for your health, and then the white bar is your stamina. And right now we're buffed. We have some little extra buffs there because, to help us get going. So, as you'll notice, there is a season in this. Right now it's spring. It's 10:28 a.m. The temperature is 5.6 degrees. I'm not sure if that's Fahrenheit or Celsius, but I'm going to assume it's Celsius, because otherwise we're in trouble. And as you can see, there's a kind of number of villagers we can recruit here and stuff. Again, this is a colony-based game. So, there's a couple of things let's quickly just go over a couple other things here. If you hit tab here, and you go over here to this, I think it's also H to do that, yeah. If you hit H, this is going to give you some tutorials, and they're not necessarily in the right order in some ways. I feel like this game doesn't necessarily have you do things in the right order if you follow along with what it wants you to do. So H is going to pull that up. What's really nice is there's a search function here. So if I hit Z, we can search the area and it will highlight things nearby, resources for us to pick up. Unfortunately, it didn't really show us anything there of worth, but let me see if I can find something here that... Oh, alright, see how these rocks here are highlighted. So let's go ahead and pick up some of these rocks here. Oh wow, they really do blend in. I don't know why we can't pick up these stones here, but, well, they're not available. As you can see, it also somewhat lowers the shrubbery there, making things a little bit more visible. Now, one of the things you're going to be asked to do when you start off here, and I'm going to be honest, instead of bothering with this tutorial thing, what you want to hit is G, okay? And this is where it's going to really get you going here. So the first thing that we had to do was use Z there to find resources. Next, it's going to say, oh, maybe you should build a campfire. I'm going to be honest, don't build the campfire yet. No, don't build and improve the campfire. There's other stuff to do. Let's hit the back button here. And let's go into Skadi's one here. So each one of these are different things here, dealing with the Norse gods here of the game. You know, for example, Odin is building. Thor is combat. We're going to click on Skadi here, who is survival. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize if I'm not. But as you can see, that's what we were in. Let's not focus on survival right off the bat. Let's go instead into Broker and Eitri, which is crafting. And let's go ahead and get some of the crafting stuff here, because this stuff is going to help us gather resources more efficiently. Unfortunately, this thing does have it where, you know, we can pin these things as if they're tasks. But as you can see, it doesn't actually tell you what ingredients you need to locate. This is something I hope they change in the game here, because it's not very useful being able to pin it and say, hey, I'm looking to make some ropes here as part of this. Okay, make 2 ropes. Well, what do I need to make rope? Well, if you go through the tutorials, you will be able to find it in gathering resources. You'll see that, you know, it will first talk about using Z, and then it's going to tell you about, you know, using your tools, but you don't have any tools to use yet. Instead, it's not until here that you're going to find that certain things can be broken down into other things, such as bark and reeds can be transformed into fibers, which is what we need for the rope. So you either read all of that stuff, or you just do your own thing. I recommend kind of just doing your own thing here. Likewise, the game will give you these kind of wisdom wisps, which are meant to kind of help guide you. So if you hit view hint, it's going to tell you to build the campfire. Again, building the campfire is not necessarily your first priority here. If you gather the tools, you'll be able to gather resources faster, and you won't need to worry about the campfire. The other thing is that it never really explained how you take these reeds that I just gathered and convert them into fibers. So to do that, hit I to open your inventory, and then shift, left click, and all of a sudden that's going to turn it into fibers there. So right there, I just made 3 fibers out of those reeds I harvested. So we're going to need more for more stuff. B is the key to open your building menu. And building menu is kind of a... It's not just building, it's also your crafting here. So if we go over to materials, you'll see that this is where you can make your rope. And so let's go ahead and craft 1 rope. We're going to need to make 1 more. As you can see, it updated our progress there. So it shows, hey, congratulations, you made 1 out of 2 rope. Again, not the most useful since it doesn't tell us how to, you know, what to gather to do that and stuff. It would be nice to know, you know, like in most games, it seems, you know, how many resources I have out of how much I need in order to build what it is I'm trying to build. So just a little nitpick about the game that I found difficult. So I originally recorded this video with, you know, doing a complete blind first look, and it just took forever because I didn't know what I was doing because the tutorial wasn't great. You're also going to need to grab some sticks when you play this, and so this is where the dwarf spruces come in. Each one, you know, you can go up to them and they'll give you some sticks there, and that's how you can get started on your sticks. And this is why I say the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to, hang on, I gotta convert this over. Let's just immediately convert all that thatch over to fibers there, because that's pretty much all we're going to be using it for in the beginning here. And let's create another rope here. So another thing we're going to want to make here is these stone blades. Rope, stone blades, and sticks are pretty much the starting point for everything you're going to end up making in this game. If we go over to this next one here, which is tools, you'll be able to see that, here's a stone axe. And a stone axe requires 1 stone blade, which we just made with the 2 stones, 1 stick, and 1 rope. So let's go ahead and make that. There we go. Now that we got a stone axe, we're actually able to chop down trees, so we don't have to just harvest dwarf spruces to get wood. We can go up to an actual tree and harvest it that way. So when you go to, bear in mind, this is a colony sim, more so than it is a survival game. It's a colony sim with survival aspects to it. As you can see, I've already encountered some enemies here, so let's go. Let's deal with these here. They're very easy to deal with the axe here. Oh man, I painted the ground a bluey goop. And those guys, I don't know what they are. Oh, this is the first time I've discovered this one. This is the emote one. You can sit if we want to. Wave. Those are the only emotes that are in it, I guess, at the moment. Anyways, if you hit Z, you'll find that those actually drop fibers. So that's another way you can get fibers there, is by killing those things, whatever they are. They're like a weird fly creature. Oh, that one also had a stick or something. Oh, I'm certainly not going to complain about 6. Yeah, here's another one. There we go. So yeah, that's another way you can get some sticks and fibers, I guess, is by killing those things. I didn't know they dropped sticks. I've been missing the sticks that means. Alright, so let's go ahead and build the next tool that will come in handy here. Believe it or not, the stone pickaxe is not necessarily the most useful tool. But we're gonna make it anyway. We're gonna be making it anyway soon. So what we're gonna need is to find some more stones here. But as I was saying before, we were interrupted by these creatures here. The interesting thing is that this is a colony game. Don't forget that for even a second, because where you set your camp up is probably where you're gonna end up setting. Building your colony. So it's probably a smart idea to find a nice space before you get, too settled and start building stuff. Because it's not going to tell you to find a nice space. No, you're immediately jumping into it. So let's hold E here to gather some more wood here. Yeah, this is working out quite nicely. As you can see, having this axe is already much more useful than having a campfire during the middle of the day. But we're going to be needing that campfire soon at night. Again, I'm trying to... the map is pretty generous here. It's just that I'm not really sure... I haven't been able to explore it enough to say that, hey, this is a good spot to build, and this isn't a good spot to build. I couldn't tell you. But I reckon you want to be somewhat near the coast, because you're going to be wanting to use the coast for some things. And I have no idea if, this is truly going to be the final size of the map here, or if this is just kind of somewhat limited for the demo. Let's get that stone there. But yeah, it's 6:21, so we should really be looking at, finding a place. So I think this is as good a place as any to set up our camp here. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to say, let's build our camp here. Hang on, we got another one of these guys to deal with. So we're going to go along with the intended kind of way of doing things. So let's go build, and we're going to place a simple fire. It's going to take 4 fibers and 6 sticks, which we have exactly that. Now, this first fire we placed down here, yeah, let's go ahead and place it right here. If we were to use it right now, once it goes out, it's done. We can't, hold R to build it there. Basically, the simple fire is just a quick one-use thing, alright? But if we hit T and open up here, you'll see that we can actually upgrade the simple fire into a campfire. The difference between the two is that it doesn't disappear after all the fuel has been burned up. Alright? It does get extinguished by the rain, though, which it can then later be upgraded from a campfire to a barbecue, and you can also add a cover. So those are future upgrades. So the next upgrade we want to do is make it a campfire so that it's not going to just be a one-time use thing. So for that we need some more stones and some more sticks. Okay, so now that I've gathered my necessary resources, let's hit open here and we can build the upgrade. Now if you look at it here, you're going to see that it still says it's a simple fire. I don't know if this is a bug or if they just didn't really care too much on this issue, but if you look away and then look at it again, you'll see that the menu now... hang on. That's odd. It still hasn't changed it. I had this issue earlier with this. Alright, there we go. Now it pops up saying supply. Oh, I see what the issue is. It's not actually a bug. So what it is, let's zoom in here. You actually have to hover over that part, not that. Alright. I thought it was a bug, or it's from earlier, but you have to add the supplies there to build it. Alright, so now we have a campfire. So let's go ahead and ignite it. So you have to hold E there, and you get a little icon there. It's the red thing there. Doesn't make it the most clear, but now we've got a campfire, so that's going to help keep us warm here. The next thing you're going to probably want to end up doing, you're going to want to go into B here, and you're going to want to go into bushcraft, and you're going to want to build yourself a shelter and a rain collector, okay? So let's get the shelter going here. The shelter is going to require 3 long sticks, all right? Now, I think this is supposed to be a log. I'm going to be honest. It's, I think, supposed to mean 3 logs, not 3 long sticks. I mean, a log is pretty much a long stick, but you'll understand why I say I think this is really supposed to be 3 logs, not long sticks. We're going to need 2 ropes, 8 sticks, and 8 bark. So this is where you need this axe in order to cut down a tree. So I really do recommend you get the axe before you get the fire, because, you know... So let's go ahead and place our first little shelter thing here. There is actually 2 other items we're going to need here as well, and we'll get to those in just a moment. So let's go ahead and place our little rough shelter right here. So as you can see, it's saying that, hey, you gotta flatten the ground here in order to build this structure. So to do that, what you're going to end up needing... first of all, we're going to have to go in here and we're going to have to make a stone blade. So let's go ahead and craft that. We're also going to need some more rope, so let's go ahead and craft that as well. If we go to the tools, we'll be needing a wood hoe. The hoe is actually... Oh, we need... Oh, I messed this up. That's right, we don't have the sticks. Whoops. And we also need some more... that. So I need to go gather more resources. This is also a way you can get some water. So, you know, there's some natural water here. Unfortunately, I think it uses it up, though, when you do it, but I think that will refill itself. So that's another way of getting hydrated here. That's the best way to put it. You know, take care of your hydration. Yeah, let's just chop down the tree here. So, this is a pretty good size one. Oh, we need better equipment to chop this down. That's right. We can't chop that one down. It's too big for us. So instead, we need to find a smaller one. One thing that is useful to build, but unfortunately I don't have all the ingredients for it quite yet. I think we can chop this down. Yeah, here we go. So we're just going to hold down R. Or you could just repeatedly left-click, but I kind of prefer just holding down R to do this. There we go. I don't think the tree will kill you if it falls down on you, but I'd rather not find out. So now that we've cut down the tree, we actually got to once again process it for, you know, harvest it again here. Basically, this is going to chop it into sections for us. And produce long sticks, bark, and resin. So if we hit Z here, you'll see that this gave us, I think, 2 long sticks, some regular sticks, and a bunch of bark. The bark is worse than its bite, though. Alright, I'm making a lot of bad puns today in this video. I don't know why. Okay, let's grab that stick there, because we kind of need the sticks here. Let's grab that resin. So, with the sticks and the resin, oh, I didn't know this. Alright, so if you have the pickaxe, you can get your firewood from there. That's good to know. I'm going to go to build. I'm going to go to tools. And if we scroll down here past the stone knife, if it will let us, we have a simple torch here. And that requires 1 resin, 4 rope, and then a stick. So let's go ahead and make that so we can see what we're doing at night here. At least I think. Actually, you know what? Let's hold off on that because it's already getting pretty close today. So let's see here. Did I get all that? Yeah, we are going to need the bark later. You can only carry 1 long stick, and as I said, this is clearly a log. You can only carry 1 of those at a time, so I'm just going to ferry these over here really quickly. I don't know if there's a drop button, you know, a drop key assignment for it, to be honest. I wish there was, but it doesn't appear so. Unfortunately, you have to go to I, and then you have to hover over it here in the large items. Basically, your inventory is divided into small items, medium items, and then large items. So here's our long stick. You have to hit X, drop it. Yeah. I wish we could just hit X to, you know, instantly drop it, but unfortunately that's not how it's done. Maybe they'll watch, you know, maybe the developers will be watching this video and they'll take that feedback there and say, you know, really, let's just make it where you can easily drop it from here. I think if I hit 2 here to switch to, no, I do know that I ate some berries at one point and I dropped it. So that's one way of doing it. So, yeah, boom. Alright, so that's 2 of our long things there, but we still need to make 2 tools there in order to proceed with it. Oh, here's some berries. So this will give you both food and, you know, it will help with the hydration. So let's go ahead and gather these berries here. So they'll just chill out there on our bar, and if I hit free, I'll consume a berry. And as you can see, it adds a little bit of food and a little bit of hydration there. How many berries do I have? I think they give you like 5 or 6 or something. Let's go ahead and cut this tree down as well, because we're gonna need a lot of sticks, and we're gonna need a lot of long sticks, or logs as I consider them. Oh boy. Well, I'm still alive, although I don't think it quite landed on me. So yeah, it's not a bad idea to build your colony nearby some trees. You don't necessarily need to be right in the forest, but, you know, having access to some trees is probably a good idea, so that, you know, you don't have to go too far. So, do I have enough materials to build things we need? Well, we can make the wood hammer. We're going to need that. Wood hoe. We need another stone blade. So let's go ahead and make it. And then we'll make our wooden hoe. And I have to say, so far it looks like I feel like I'm making this look easy here. Let me tell you, my first time playing, you know, through the demo a little bit there, I didn't know what I was doing. So yeah, what you want to do is you want to go up to these 4 squares here. You're going to want to hit E while holding the hoe there. And that's going to level out the ground there. I guess it looks more level. Yeah, I'll say that looks more level. Now we're going to want to actually add our materials here. So we're going to take our long stick here. You're going to then add it to it with R to supply. So E to pick up, R to supply. And then we can proceed to the next build stage. So this is where the hammer comes in there that we made. And so there's, you know, it's going to take like 10 whacks of the hammer, I guess. And as you can see, the stamina bar is dropping there a bit. Alright, next we're going to need to make, well, we're going to need more stuff here. So let's go ahead and make some more rope here. I think it said 2 rope. And it wants 4 sticks, is that? Alright, so we need the next bit of supplies there. It doesn't really tell us what we need, which is, again, kind of irritating. You kind of just have to figure it out. And pinning the recipe. Okay, there we go. So if you hit Q, it pins the recipe. See, I'm still learning something new. We need 4 more sticks. That is what I've been wanting. So as you can see, sometimes it will give you free, sometimes it will give you 2. This one gave me free. The other ones gave me 2. So, you know, there is some variation there. I don't know if you can tell by looking at the tree what it will give you, free long sticks or not. But yeah, I'm glad I found the, you know, the recipe thing there. Okay, now we need to go back, and I'm gonna grab up the bark here, because we're gonna need some of this bark here. We're gonna need 8 of it. It's really useful that it, you know, moves that grass aside like that. Help you see. There we go. I think that was all the bark from these trees, so we're really making use of what we've chopped down here. Alright, let's go ahead and supply it, and then hold E to build again. Alright, there we go. We've got our little shelter here. Let's hold to extinguish that, because, there we go. It was getting a little bit hot over here, apparently. Alright, so you can go to sleep in here. I'm gonna be honest, sleeping in this, it doesn't do quite what you expected. It doesn't let you skip the night or anything like that. What it does is it, I think it allows you to heal up a bit, but it also, yeah, see, the health bar is slowly going up there. The other thing, though, it does is it gives you the well-rested buff there. So that helps with stamina regeneration. So the next thing you're probably going to want to build is something to gather water, which is the rain collector. As you can see, so I'm just going to, how do I want to do this here? Let's place the rain collector kind of like right here. Perfect. And let's go ahead and we'll level the terrain here. And it's going to require a number that I don't quite recall of long sticks. Let's go over here. Let's add our first one there. And let's go ahead and pin it now that I found that. Yeah. So we're going to need 2 more long sticks, and then we're going to need a series of sticks. A bit more. There we go. And now we have a source of water. Another thing you can build is this well here. I'm going to be honest, I still don't quite understand how you're supposed to build the well, where you're supposed to place it. Although I've got a theory on that. I think, yeah, you have to place it on one of these natural water sources like what we found earlier. So this is a prime place to build the well. And you probably want to locate one of these in order, you know, when you're planning on building your camp so that you have a well nearby. So I'm going to go ahead and just place this down here. So to actually get into the kind of colony part of the game, you're going to want to build the Eye of Odin. And the problem with that is that if you look, this was a little bit confusing because once again, G is a good thing that you're going to want to reference because this is going to kind of tell you, these are like your tasks and stuff that you're going to want to eventually get to. So we've done a number of the crafting ones. We didn't make the stone breaker yet. We're actually going to need to make that now. So that's kind of the next thing to make. Then we'll finish off the crafting area. Tools, stone pickaxe, craft. There we go. And so now that we have the stone pickaxe, what we can do is we can actually, let me see if I can find one here. See, there's some stone that I can mine and some stone I can't mine. And this is a good example of what I can't mine. This does not count as mineable stone. Okay. Now we got our second large clump. Ugh, heavy. Bring that back to the camp. We'll set it down right here next to the other one. And we'll hit X there. Perfect. You can reorganize these if you want to. I don't think it really matters what position they're in for the most part. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to hit B here. We're going to want to go to Magic, and we're going to select the Eye of Odin. This kind of acts as like a town hall, if you will. So as you can see, we're going to need 2 long sticks, 2 large stones, which we got those, small stones, we're almost there, and some sticks. So we're going to have to chop down some more trees as well. I'm going to... Where do I want to place this? I kind of want to place it by the fire somewhat. Let's, I kind of wish it was daytime while doing this. Let's go ahead and place it right here. Alright, so let's level the terrain. Next, we're gonna, well, we can drop off the supplies we currently have. We're gonna pin that so we see what we need. Okay, and the Eye of Odin acts as basically like your town hall in a sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit, it requires a fuel source. So if we hit T to open it up here, you got your upgrade tabs there, you know, and stuff, but, well, we don't want to dismantle it. Hang on. What is it that's needed for it again here? Hang on. Oh, E to open storage, that's what it is. So if you remember, we picked up these, Jotun blood, yeah, it's Jotun blood. This is a resource that you can find on the map there as it's sort of like an ore. But you're gonna need these. So we're gonna throw these in here, and we're gonna hit activate. And this is what's gonna allow us to get our first villager. And each villager has some perks. 3 of these are gonna be unknown to you. The other 2, though, will tell you a little bit about them. So this one's Wind Rider. I'm a seasoned traveler of the open plains and coastal areas. Honing my skills is to endure the fiercest winds with ease. We also have Thirsty Giant. I'm a person with a large health pool, but I get thirsty much faster. Alright, so they got a lot of health, but they drink a lot of water. And over here we have Lumberjack Strength. I possess exceptional speed and efficiency when felling trees. That's good. And Night Shadow. I excel in the darkness, feeling a mood boost when active at night, but experience a mood penalty when awake during the day. So that's not great. But still, if they're willing to chop down trees at night for us, that's not a bad deal. So let's go with Third. Let's go ahead. And what will end up happening is, if you look closely here, I'm trying to remember where oh yes, it's up in the right, it's kind of below the map there. Time until arrival of the next villager. 9 minutes, 40-some seconds. So it's going to be quite a while before they get here. But if you open up the shelter menu, if you click over here to assign workers, this is where you can assign villagers to where they'll be able to sleep and stuff, and assign people to certain tasks and stuff. But that's pretty much going to be it for the coverage of the demo here. There's a lot more to the game, including in the demo. I don't know where the limit is, but you know, there's all sorts of production stuff, such as with gathering pits, gathering huts, you know, stone cutters, wood cutters. You know, all sorts of great, you know, there's just tons of things. There's, you know, more housing options, such as a cottage. There's just a lot of really, you know, including a longhouse there. I mean, just look what the longhouse requires. I mean, you know, there's a lot, you know, that you can get into here and stuff. I didn't even build any lighting here, and I didn't even finish my well. So I hope you enjoyed this first look at this game. I mean, there's a lot to it. It's got a lot of potential. Just keep in mind, it's a colony game, more so than a survival game. Alright, the survival aspect so far has not been very hard. But, you know, there's a lot... Oh, I didn't quite get this where I wanted it. But yeah, I think it's got a lot of great potential. They just need to change it from long stick to log, and I think everyone will be happy. At least I will.